Hi everybody, it's Kevin. This is the video for I want to get the title correct here, the Fun Fold Cloche Cupcakes Shaker Card. And this is the card we're going to be making. Now you'll notice evidently there's something missing here. It's not much of a shaker card. My apologies. When Christine and I were doing the putting the cards together for the samples, we didn't have the sequence. And so inside your stamp case, you're going to find 4 little bags of sequins, and you're going to be able to use some of these inside your dome on this card to make it a shaker card. But it's fun without it too. And this is an interesting little fun fold. It's got a sort of a double Z to it, I guess you call it. And yeah, it's got some really neat panels to it and some really fun colors. So this is something different, and it's got one of the plastic cake domes on it. Okay, a little bit of coloring involved in this one, besides the coloring we did earlier. And we have cut most everything for you. I'll just put this up here in the corner so we have it as reference. You're looking for the envelope that has the hot pink colored card base in it, and you're going to find everything else inside the envelope that you need. We had to adhere the piece of paper to this white base in order to make sure that we cut the cloche out of both layers in the right place. But you're going to need this insert too, because this is going to go inside the back of the dome when we put it on. Okay, so we're going to start with stamping first. So you're going to need this cloche dome piece. Okay, you're going to want a Stamp and Pierce mat or some kind of foam or something if you have it to do the stamping. You're going to want Memento Black ink, and you're going to need some stamps. So we're going to do the dome itself to give us the look of the glint on the glass. Oh, where's my stamp set? My stamp set is missing. One moment, please. Okay, utter moment of panic, and I found it. It was right beside me, right where I had left it. So we're going to want the dome stamp and a large block. This is it's a D block, fits this. Let me just double check that, a D, yes. And we are going to, look, I've got ink on my fingers from somewhere, no doubt, when I was doing candy apples a minute ago, but that's okay. I'm going to put cupcakes right over top of that part. Just ink this up well, and then this lines up pretty well, almost identically with the curve and shape of the dome. And you're just going to land it on there like that. There we go. Okay, and then we need the little cupcake. And put that on a small block. And we're going to do 3 cupcakes. So 2 are going to go down here in the bottom. And they almost touch the edge of the dome. One like that. One like that. They overlap just a tiny little bit in the middle. And then we're going to do one as if it had fallen over in the top. And I'm just going to be careful not to put it over top of the icing on the other 2 cupcakes. There we are. Okay. And now we're going to do a little bit of coloring. Oh yes, you're going to need 1 dome and 1 of your cake bases that you colored and cut out earlier. Okay. Now, coloring. Cupcake coloring. You can do them whatever color you want. I'm going to do a green one. And if you watch the coloring video that I did earlier, I just go on an angle down here like this with the dark, and then take the light and do the rest. And then come back and color all in swirls over top of to pull the two colors together. If you're using the alcohol Stampin' Blends. If you're using colored pencils or whatever, then you just blend. Use your favorite coloring tool as you like. Okay. There, I got a green one. I'm gonna do a yellow one. Same way. I'm gonna start with my darker color and come down like this. You'll notice I am not being fussy with this at all. This is not complicated coloring by any means. And the blending just happens in the middle when the alcohols mix together. Just like that. Got a yellow one. Let's do a red one. That. Lighter color. Lots of swirls. There we go. 3 nice bright cupcakes. And let's have some fun with some icing colors. Just gonna, oh, that's my light. I want my dark. Give me my dark, and I'm just gonna do from the tip around the curl, from the tip around the curl, just like that. And then come back and color it all in everything else. There we go. Green cupcake with purple icing. Why not? A yellow cupcake with pink or papaya, I guess it is, colored icing. Like that. And then let's do some blue icing. There we are. So I got my cloche, my cupcakes, my stand, my dome, and then all these little bits here. 1 second. Okay, so to start, we are going to do our base. Too many pieces here. Okay, so you have to unfold the base. We had to fold it to put it in the package. The 2 middlemost folds fold away. So we're going to fold those away. And we're going to crease those with the bone folder. Okay. Then the next 2 fold back the other direction. Give those a good crease. Okay. So you're making kind of a, it's a double Z shape is what it is, but they're joined in the middle. Okay. Okay. So we've got our card base folded here now. So these next steps we're going to have to be very particular about, because there's certain order that we have to assemble things to make sure that we get it all lined up and get everything inside correctly. Now, you're going to want to take this piece that we've already die cut the cloche dome out of, and we're just going to position this on the top of our card so that it's centered. It's got a little 1/8 inch margin on the top. It's got a little 1/8 inch margin on the bottom, and it should overlap I think it's just a half of an inch. Yeah, it's a half of an inch that it overlaps on either side, okay? And that's important. You want to make sure of where that is and that you're happy with where that is, because then we're going to glue down the back panel for the cloche dome, because that's going to be stuck to this front, and we're going to put our dome over top of it, okay? So we want to make sure this stays there where it is. Don't let it move. And we're just going to put some liquid adhesive or tape or whatever you want to use on the back of our dome. And then we're going to position that in the hole and glue it down. And then this piece can come up out of the way. I had actually almost glued this on earlier. I stopped the video and came back. So it's tacky with glue. I let the glue dry on the back of it. I almost got ahead of myself, which is very easy to do. Shaker cards are always a little bit different. You got to remember to do your window. You got to remember to do your back. You got to make the little sandwich out of it all, and then you can glue it all up. Okay, so we got that ready. Then we take our dome and take a pick tool or your fingernail or whatever, and there's a release. They're sticky on both sides. There's a release paper on the top and there's a release paper on the bottom. Right now we're concerned about the release paper that's on the top of the dome, and so you just slide it underneath like that and pull the release paper off. Okay, so it's sticky on the top, and then you're going to push this down over top of it and just run your finger along the edge and stick it all down to the dome. You might have to just work your finger in the corner here around the little knob on the top. Now, see if you can see this. The top part of the plastic may stick beyond the edge of your card a little bit here, and that's just because of the tight dimensions we were working on. That's okay, just take a pair of scissors and just snip it off. It won't hurt it at all. Okay, now this piece is literally ready now to be glued down to the front of the card. Now, because it overhangs the edge of the card by 1/2 of an inch, you want to leave an area here where you're not putting any glue on either side. So be careful about doing your glue only below the dome and so forth here. So you'll see on this one, it overhangs it just by a little bit. Okay. So we will put, oh yes, one more step before we do that. See, it's so easy to get ahead. We got to put some sprinkles inside here. So I think I'm going to go with the ones that are silver, gold, white. There's different mixes here. There's a red, pink, sort of brown, no, red, pink. I guess you could say it's two-tone red. There's sort of an maybe a Cajun craze color in that one. This one's got orange, yellow, brown, gold. This one's got green, mint, sort of a darker green. There's 2 or 3 different shapes of them in there. Some of them are sequins with little bent panels on them so that they sparkle, and others are, I'm going to use the whole little package here. Why not? We'll put them all in there. Others are just flat, round. So just make sure that they're all in the middle, nowhere near the edge. Okay. Then we can put glue along the bottom part here and along the top part here and a little here, maybe just down the side of the bell, but don't go beyond the point on the bottom of the bell shape. And then we have to get the release paper off of the back side of this too. So I'm just gonna do like that. Okay. And then flip this over. I'm gonna very carefully push this down without losing all my sprinkles. There, stay down there, sprinkles. And then I'm lining this up with my 1/8 inch margin, and I'm trying to get the corner of the cloche down here first, and then I can make sure I've got my top, and then I'll get my fingers out from underneath here, and the other side should come down. There we go. And if all has worked well, we haven't glued it flat, and it should pop back up again. Good. We didn't we didn't glue it flat. And now we have a shaker card with sprinkles that bounce around inside. Isn't that cool? Perfect card for a kid. Okay, one other thing we need to do, and that was we colored and cut out one of our cake trays, and we're going to put the cake tray underneath the dome because it looks silly just floating there by itself. And we're going to use some dimensionals for that. I have them. Here they are underneath my mat. So let me see. Probably the small dimensionals might be the best ones to try and use here. Get my tweezers, because I find it easier to pick them off the thing with the tweezers. One there, one there. Oh, I guess I'm going to have to cut some, and I'm going to have to use big ones cut in half. That's okay though. On the outside edge of the sheet of big ones, you get all these little half ones, and they're perfect for when you need something to go in a skinny spot. And that's exactly what we have with this sort of tray type affair here. There, okay. I'll peel those all off. And then this is just going to butt up against the bottom of the dome and just goes on there like that. All right. Then it's just the side panels to decorate. So with your paper, we did, when we cut this paper, we cut it all out of one strip so that the stripes align, so that when it's like this, it should all match. I think there might have been one that we weren't able to do it with, and I'm hoping maybe I'm the one that got that one. So mine is going to be a little bit different. It's close to matching. It's going to be off just a little bit, blue stripe on the bottom here. It was just, you can see when you cut this paper, you end up with 1/8 of an inch on the top or the bottom. Anyway, just align them so that they're all the same and you don't have a reverse pattern on the other side and it looks funny. As long as you have the two outside ones the same, that's good. And there's 2 white panels, and those mat these. So all you have to do is a little bit of liquid adhesive. And in case you didn't figure it out, because the other piece was glued down, you didn't see it. This is the penguin paper from the celebration right now. And I know we're gluing the little penguins down. Hate gluing them down, but we had lots of penguin paper, and we wanted to share the stripy pattern with you for this card because it's just so fun. And there'll be lots of other opportunities to use the penguins. If you are participating in our next craft day in a box, which is going to be in November, we will be doing projects with the penguin paper in that one, because that one's going to be more holiday themed. So you'll get an opportunity to play with the penguin paper in that. And you have an opportunity to the end of the month, if you place an order with Christine or I, or whoever your demonstrator is, for every $60 worth of product in your order, you get to pick a celebration item, and that penguin paper is a beautiful item to pick. All right, and then those panels themselves just go on either of the 2 outside. Now see, look, I almost stuck it on upside down. Match my stripes here. So you just pull those out, and they go on there like that. Okay. And yeah, that way. There we are. Now you can feel free to add some more cutouts or whatever to this. We're going to be using many of the pieces that we colored and cut earlier, but you could certainly color and cut some more and put them up on some dimensionals here or there or wherever. I didn't pick a particular sentiment or anything to go with this, but you can certainly do a sentiment strip and bump it up. You could put some ribbon on here. You could take some more of the sequins and they can be glued on in spots to add some sparkle. We want to challenge you to finish your card and then take a picture of it and share it with us on the Facebook group. And let us see how you finished your card. What did you do that to make it personalized and yours? So there we are. This is the Cupcake Cloche shaker card, and it stands up on its own like that on a mantelpiece or whatever, and that's sort of what you see from the front, and it's got lots of dimension to it. You can add either a message panel in here where you would write your greeting or your sentiment or whatever to the person, or you can put it on one of the back panels. This is just a really fun card, and it fits a regular envelope. I do have to say, though, that because of the thickness of the Cloche dome, this immediately goes over the 1 stamp limit for mailing within Canada. So you do have to pay $1.94 if you put this in the mail to somebody. So maybe these are cards better hand gifted to people. But what a fun card design. Really, really, truly enjoyed that one. And we hope you do too. So make sure you post pictures or give us some comments and feedback on this project. We want to see how yours ended up being. Thanks.